Hello, my name is Wee-Em and Mejni, and I will be doing a informative speech. Imagine with me you just got home after a long day of work. You took a shower and now you can unwind in the beautiful, luxurious cloud of comfort, or more commonly known as your bed. This place is unlike any other. You have your happiest dreams and worst nightmares. We all put all of our trust in some pieces of layered sponge to keep us safe while we are in our most vulnerable position. Quoted from Scientific American, last accessed July 29, 2022, we sleep 1/3 of our life. We as people take our beds for granted and don't realize the long history of how our Sooth Masters came to be. What we sleep on today. I will talk about the history of beds, the different kinds of bed there are in today's world. I will break down the timeline of how beds came to be, then I will describe the styles of bed there are. But what was the first bed like? According to Thrive Global Studios, the first bed was found in a 77,000-year-old cave in South Africa, made of woven weeds and rushes. This style of bedding didn't change much throughout the decades as it was comfortable to sleep on. Moving on to 8000 BC, people were nomads. They were always on the move. Having an ideal bed was impossible. Stated by Bed Advice UK, last accessed July 28, 2022, nights are generally spent sleeping on a pile of leaves or grass mounted into a depression in the ground. These hunter-gatherers would use the spot as a temporary home, curled up in a fetal position to keep warm and cozy during the night. As time went on and humans started becoming more settled and more stationary, things started to develop for the better. In ancient Egypt was the place where raised beds were invented. The legs of the bed looked like animal feet. It prevented all the bugs and snakes from crawling up the bed. In ancient Egypt, throughout history, there has always been a divide between rich and poor. In ancient Egypt, that was always seen. For the poor people, the beds were made of wool, and the actual bed itself, it was made of wool. For the rich people, the bed was covered in gold, with a soft mattress and warm blanket. Then, in the Middle Ages, things started to change, but not really for the better, because the beds then started to become more uncomfortable than comfortable. Stated by Thrive Global Studios, last accessed July 28, 2022, mattresses were filled with feathers, straw, hay, and grass. They were quite uncomfortable, so you put extra layers of hides or blankets on top for extra cushioning. Wealth played a huge part in which bed you were sleeping in. They were also the most expensive place in a home, and valued greatly. Quoted by Thrive Global Studios, last accessed July 28, 2022. They were a mark of social prestige. Beds were considered so valuable, they were often the first possession bought by newlyweds, and the most important items bequeathed in wills to favorite heirs. Throughout the next decades, the beds don't have any major developments, but they also lose their value in a typical household as more technological developments are made through time. As time went forward, beds started to have more than one use. Beds have multiple uses, from just sleeping to eating a meal or doing work. They also come in different types and sizes. Your dream producer is how you recharge yourself each night. It also seems reasonable to know the variety of your soft cloud. The shape of the bed and size of the bed depend on your location and what will they be used for. According to Oxford Learner's Dictionary's last access on July 29, 2022, these are the different types of beds and which occasion can they be used for. I will list them from biggest size to smallest. To first start off, we have the 4-poster bed that pretty much tells you what kind of bed it is. It is the bed that looks like it's from Victorian times. With this style, it is used for leisure time or doing work. but the location is always inside the home. Next, we have a full-size bed, or also the double-size bed. This bed is usually for 2 people. It is similar to the Victorian time bed, same location and same uses. Twin bed is a 1-person bed with same uses as the other beds, but the location is different. While the other beds usually are in the bedroom, the twin beds can sometimes be in the living room also. Next, we have a sofa bed. This bed is a 1-person, only sometimes 2 people if possible. The location is only living room. The uses are similar to beds, just more restricted. Next is the futon, which is usually in the living room. The uses are limited to only sleeping with this one. In closing, there is a long history of beds, and they have come a long way, and in different sizes. The first bed was 77,000 years ago, and now we have a bed called cod that is very similar to the one from many years ago. Beds will always be valuable. Whether we forget or not, we will always need them for as long as we live. Thank you.